dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB the Six Ninja in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about the first Monday Night Raw in 1993. January 11th, that is, and we have Vince and Macho Man and Rob Bartlett on commentary. We're in New York. We're at the Manhattan Center. We started off with Sean Mooney welcoming us and introducing us to Monday Night Raw. And the best thing about the show is they really push Vince and Macho and Rob. It's uncut. It's on Raw. You know, it's Raw. You know, it's and there's no censorship here and whatnot. It's just funny just hearing the commentary. And Rob Bartlett, not a big fan of Rob Bartlett. I think Vince and Macho could have just done the show by themselves. But we started off with Sean Mooney, though, and Bobby the Brain Heenan trying to get into Monday Night Raw. Sean's like, hey, it's sold out. You can't get in there. He's like, what do you mean? I got to get in there. I got to get in there. And Sean Mooney's like, you can't, though. And then we just kick off that intro, that, oh, my goodness, man. You talk about memories. I'm just like, you know, it just such a great intro to the show, welcoming us. And, of course, we have Vince, Macho, Rob ringside letting us know all the action that's coming. And we have our first match of the night, which is Koko Beware versus Yokozuna. And I will tell you this, going through this show, it's a bunch of squash matches, except for one of my favorite matches, which is Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Championship, which was pretty good for what it was. But the commentary on this match with Koko Beware and Yokozuna having one of the biggest years of his career, winning the Royal Rumble, winning the WWF Championship and everything at WrestleMania, and if I remember Hogan taking that away, you know, it's just crazy, this time capsule we have here, you know, in '93, a young, fresh Shawn Michaels and everything. So it's just fun going back, and I wish they had all the Monday Night Raws on Netflix. Like, I really wish, and they're missing some years. Like, I was doing this journey now, going back in time and starting the first Monday Night Raw. I was like, man, it'd be so cool just to watch all the way to the Royal Rumble, then review that and whatnot. But no, it skips a few weeks, and then it skips months, and then there's only like 9 episodes in '93. You know, it's just like, come on, Netflix, just put it all on there, give it to me. And I want to watch the Royal Rumble from '93 just to jump back in time and everything. And then watch WrestleMania from this year. But we were going to start it off here. So, yeah, this match, it was okay. Yokozuna's a beast. But the commentary was just nothing but fat jokes. You know, especially from Rob Bartlett. It's just constantly, I'm just like, oh, my gosh. And for Yokozuna, especially for this being his big year, it was constant fat jokes after fat joke after fat joke. I was like, I get it. He's fat. He's big. You know, you're supposed to be advertising this man as a monster. You know, not, you know. So it was just, that was kind of annoying. But this was an okay match. It was cool seeing Koko Beware. But Yokozuna got the win. And then we're advertising the Royal Rumble January 24th. We had a great commercial, you know, saying, it's coming, Royal Rumble, Vince's voice. Oh! And I forgot they had ring girls for Monday Night Raw. This is funny. We get a Bobby promo from backstage. He's talking about the narcissist, aka Lex Luger, and who's going to debut at the Royal Rumble. You know, he says the narcissist. You know, and I'm like, but isn't he outside? Or was this filmed earlier and whatnot? You know, it was just like, wait, but he's still outside. That's the whole joke. He's outside. How's he cutting this promo? But he's talking about the narcissist. I love Bobby the Brain Heenan. Then we got the Steiner brothers, and it's just so crazy with Rick and seeing his son today, Braun Breaker. It's just like, oh my gosh, and you hear the hoo in the crowd and whatnot. Steiner brothers are over. They got their Michigan jackets on. They take on this squash gang, basically. You know, hooded figures, but this was fun for what it was, and it's fun going back and seeing the Steiner brothers back in the day, brother, and Doink's in the crowd, and you know, and it's funny as how they end the show with Doink too and Crush. But back to Sean Mooney, Bobby's trying to get in. He's dressed in the ladies' clothes. He's like, I gotta get in there, my nephew, blah, blah, blah. Sean Mooney exposes him, and he's like, Bobby, you're not allowed in there. And he's like, no, I gotta get in. He's like, I gotta get in. So, and then we go to Razor Ramon with Vince in ring. He's going to face Bret Hart at the Royal Rumble for the championship. He's cutting a promo, and they do this weird video over because he attacked Owen Hart, and it was just this weak sauce clothesline in the chair, but he took him out. He's the bad guy, Razor Ramon, right? R.I.P. But it was just funny. It was just a weird layover because they had the interview play over this interview, and that interview that was playing over where he attacked Owen had the audio still on it. So, not great. But this is back in '93, man, when, trying to still figure out how to do TV. We get a Tatanka promo backstage. I was like, hey, Tatanka. We have our Intercontinental Championship match here with the blue strap. I got to say, that's a sexy belt. Like, that Intercontinental Championship, I've always liked that Intercontinental Championship, but with the blue strap, oof. But here's Shawn Michaels, man, versus Max Moon. Max Moon. Great match, dude. Not the greatest match, but just seeing Shawn in his heyday, man, just gave me just goosebumps. And I was like, man, this is why I wish all the Monday Night Raws are here, because I want to see 96 when he goes for the big one, So it was really cool seeing this match, and Max Moon and that, like, my daughter would call Max Moon bootleg lucha. And we get Doink back in the crowd. And during this match, I don't know why, but once the Bob Bartlett was doing this really crappy Mike Tyson voice, making fun of Mike Tyson, I don't know, and like Vince and them, trying to, I'm just like, it's not funny. It's not funny. Call this match right here. And I will say this is the match of the night, because basically everything else is squash gang stuff here. Then we advertised for a Saturday night show, WWF Mania. I was like, oh, I want to go see that. So I went to Peacock, and of course I type in Mania, it just gives me WrestleMania, so got to figure that out there. Then we get the Royal Rumble report with Mean Gene Okerlund. Oh, it's good to see him too. Then of course during this report, we're building to the Royal Rumble. We get a Shawn promo, we get a Martin Jannetty promo, we get a Mr. Perfect promo, we get a Yokozuna promo, we get a Hacksaw Jim Duggan promo. So a lot of stuff is going on here. We're building to the Royal Rumble, and I really want to go and watch Martin Jannetty versus Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Championship. I know that's going to be a banger of a match right there. And, this is just really great stuff, and we're building to WrestleMania 9. So, and we have Sean Mooney again with Bobby the Brain Heenan outside, dressed as a Jewish man. I gotta get inside. He's doing the voice. He's doing the gimmick. I was just like, what are you doing, Bobby? And he's trying to get in. He has this really terrible beard going on. And Sean Mooney's like, Bobby? And he's like, oh, no, it's not me. It was just, oh, man. So this is a running gag throughout the show. We have some stuff from Kamala from, I believe, a Mania show. Not WrestleMania, but Mania itself. Then we have our main event, Damien Demento versus Undertaker with Paul Bearer. Undertaker back in his day, that presence, just iconic and whatnot. But Damien Demento, basically squash gang. Undertaker beats him in a fairly quick match. Then we have Vince with Doink. He's talking smack about Crush, brother. I think I'm just doing brother to brother. I don't know why Crush has this accent. Crush has this accent like he's from the islands or something, man. He's like, what are you talking about, brother? And I'm like, just looking at the man, I'm like, wait, what? But then Crush chases Doink because Doink's in a sling and he hurt his arm, and that's how he basically in Raw from inside, and we go back. And the running joke and the final punchline to the Sean Mooney and Bobby outside is the show is over and the credits are rolling. And Sean says, oh, yeah, now you can go inside. And Bobby's like, oh, thank God. But not knowing that the show is over. So overall, a very entertaining Monday Night Raw, January 11th to 1993, with Vince and Macho and Rob Bartlett on commentary in New York at the Manhattan Center. It was very fun to go back in time. I'm going to do more of these as Netflix loads more Monday Night Raws in the vault. And check out Peacock a little bit more. And I was joking with the wife. I was like, you know what's funny is this is probably the first time ever I am going to use the Netflix apps. Like, I really don't watch anything on Netflix besides Stranger Things, Squid Game, and now that WWE is here, I'm like, oh man, I want to go back. I want to start watching these things because I'm such a mark for WWE right now because they're on fire. Like that spark that I've always loved for WWE is just re-sparked. And I was like, you know, just dive on in. Let's just get crazy here. Let's talk some wrestling. And this was the first Monday Night Raw. I give it a solid 3 out of 5. My match of the night was Shawn Michaels versus Max Moon for the Intercontinental Championship. That blue strap should come back with the new Intercontinental Championship. Just saying, you know. And then our boy, Jey Uso doesn't need that title no more. He needs to go after the world title, which he is at Saturday Night Main Event. And I would love to go watch some old Saturday Night Main Events, you know, and record the podcast and talk about them and just jumping back in time. So, but that's it. That's all. That's Monday Night Raw, January 11th, 1993. Tell me what you thought of this show, if you went back and rewatched it as well. What was your match of the night? What was your favorite moment? I gotta say my favorite moment was the Sean Mooney and Bobby the Brain Heenan stuff, and then the final punchline with telling Bobby, yeah, you can go in now, but the show's over. You know, and it's just really cool seeing everybody in their prime, especially Shawn Michaels, man. And I bought this 3-disc DVD set from a FYE store, the unreleased Shawn Michael matches. So I'm very excited to watch that and review it as well. So that's it. That's all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life.
Put your size 14 shoe and your size 20 mount. You better look over both shoulders, bro. You got that? This was just a warning, bro.